I'm gonna walk you through the crazy story, man. Like I told you, when you have success in something and it starts to die down, you kind of don't know what to do almost, especially if you're not prepared, right? I wasn't particularly prepared. I was having so much fun just from doing what I love to do, and as hip hop, that as a young teenager and as a young 20-year-old man, I wasn't really thinking about preparation. You think that it's going to come all the time. You think that you're going to be the same famous all the time with the same amount of work that you've already put in. What I've learned very quickly at that time was that life is like a vehicle, right? It's made with headlights that see 200 feet in front of you. And as it starts to see, but that's only when it's standing still. As you move, you see another 200 feet. You move again, you see another 200 feet. And as you start to see more things, you start to realize, man, I didn't know it was an off-ramp over there. Man, I didn't know there was an on-ramp to that place over there. You start to think about and see things and have interest in things that you never would have known or saw if you didn't move. So when you're standing still, yeah, the headlights see 200 feet in front of you, but that's the only 200 feet that you're going to see if you don't actually move. There's more 200s of feet out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of footage on this planet. You know what I mean? So that just made me just say, wow, I was stuck in this mentality that I needed to make records. So when we started to die down, I tried to compete with everything that's on the radio. And because I felt like if you can't compete, then you can't compare. You know what I mean? And I started to realize that and I tell you, shout out to Redman. Redman gave it to me one time, man. And I'll be honest. So I'm down to my last 15 grand at one point. And one of my guys was like my brother has a Stanley Steamer, which is a carpet cleaning company. And I'm like, yo, I know he's making like $4 million a year off his company. Now look, I'm going off of somebody else's wealth. When you start to starve and get hungry and think of tactics, you trying to do anything. And I realized he was the closest man to me. I'm dissing Redman in my mind and not hating on him because we grew up together. And now I'm putting my blame of where I am on a man who has success because we have a friendship. It's wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm saying he's not answering my calls and nothing, but I'm not realizing he's shooting how high television shows. And you know what I mean? That's a grown man doing his thing. So I call my friend and he says, look, dude, I'll let you invest your last 15 grand into this company, but it's just an investment. But I'll just give you back half your money faster than anywhere else you would invest it. So he was like, but you got to come learn the business. I was like, come learn this. The cleaning, I got number one records on the. He was like, yeah, but if you're going to do this, you got to know what you're into. Anything that you get involved in. I'm like, message. You know what I mean? Long story short, I went and did it. Realized I'm not trying to clean nobody's carpets. Even though I wouldn't have been out there, I had to do it for the day to learn what the workers was doing. It just taught me this is not my calling. And that's no disrespect to anybody putting in work like that. That's just not my mindset. My mind is bigger and is capable of a bigger thing for myself. You know what I mean? Without disrespecting whoever does that, because that's work. But anyway, I'm driving on the turnpike. I see Redman. Now, Redman is not a flashy guy. You know what I mean? Unless he's doing something that requires him to be flashy for that moment. I see him in a new convertible. I'm in my truck. I see we kind of go through the toll booth at the same time. We tell each other to pull over. Redman is in a convertible BMW or Benz, one of them. He has about, I don't know, maybe $1 million worth of jewelry on. He's looking like, now this guy doesn't even do this. Now remember, I'm in my mind, you ain't been returning my call. So I already got an attitude when I see you. He's happy to see me. Yo, pull over. I pull over. We talk on the highway for about 2 hours on the shoulder. And Redman gives it to me on some big brother shit. Like, and what he did, he just opened me up and sparked the mind because I automatically went at him like, yo, you don't be calling me back and da, da, da. And he just basically said, bro, I don't owe you nothing, man. He said, you were the one on our block who made people think about how to get money extra. You were the one that inspired people to do certain things. So why you can't utilize those things you were telling people for yourself? Kill me, bro. on some Big Brother with the elbow in the ribs. And from that point on, I said, look, Lords of the Underground, and this is how I splintered into doing so many things. I said, Lords of the Underground to this day still has about 4 million fans that rock with us. Okay, it might not be 40 million like a Drake, but we got 4 million fans worldwide that still rock with us. So number-wise, I'm a number guy. I just felt like I'm a third of that. So possibly from 1 to 10% of that third will rock with DoItAll solo in anything that I do. Man, I got my 15,000 back from my man in that year, in that month by selling the mixtape. I made $90,000. Now, we used to make $90,000 in 2 days just worth of shows, but it's not that no more. But I had to ask myself, who in our culture doing what they love, or who in a regular job situation makes $90,000 a month? You know, I had to look at it as saying it that way instead of the way that I used to make it, and had to realize, oh, okay, if I put the energy into this and do this and cater to the people and make and create things and cater to the people who want those things, then I will have a success. And success is relative, right? It might not be the old success of us being mainstream, but I'll still be able to survive and do what I love. Now I own real estate. Now I own recording studios. Now I own cosmetic companies that's my little girls are the CEO of. You know, I own other things outside of hip hop. And this came after my success of hip hop. Now I can do things in the community and help my community and give my experiences and my understandings to them as an addition, as being part of the whole. And if it helps, it helps. So that's what hip hop, still after hip hop, allowed me to still be hip hop, but in other things. Hey man, seven forms of income can make you a millionaire. Just remember that. Like 7 forms of income can make you a millionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, like get it. Go out there, man, and residual income, man. That's what you want to be able to do. Residual, service, you know, anything of that nature, man. Go ahead. And you can still be hip hop while doing it. I ran for city government and going to do it again. And I have a lot of political figures, but they understand who I am. I understand who they are. And once you have an understanding and correlation to who people are, once people understand your story, then they buy into your world. You know, they want to be part of your world or not.